channel. I'm Sarah, for those of you who don't know me. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, what can I say? Another week passed. We're still in lockdown here in Germany. So everything's closed except for supermarkets and pharmacies. And I'm also quite bored of the weather and sick of my winter wardrobe. So I thought I'd make the best of the situation and do a mini-series on how I upcycle things I already own and yeah, things I don't like anymore or that don't fit me anymore and turn them into cute spring and summer pieces. This is part 1. And also, if you're new here and you like my content, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. And also check out my Instagram, it's brand new. I do more highly inspirational content over there on upcycling, interior pieces, fashion, vegan food, all the good stuff. And yeah, I'd say without further ado, let's do this first part. My first project is this dress. It's super old and it has a very unflattering fit, so I never wore it. And yeah, my plan is to make a top out of it. To do so, I figured out how long I wanted my top to be and then laid it flat on the table, took my ruler and a piece of fabric chalk and marked my cutting line. Then all that was left to do was to roll hand my top, and that's it for this upcycle. It's really super simple. It took me, I guess, 20 minutes and I'm super happy with how it turned out. My next project is this hoodie, which is super cute yet super uncomfortable. That's why I've hardly ever worn it. However, I love the colors as well as the pattern, so I thought I'd make another cute top out of it. First off, I took my measurements and I've made a detailed sketch for you guys on how you can make your pattern, and you're more than welcome to screenshot it if you like. And then you should be left with something that looks like this. This is the front part of my top, and here we have the pattern for the tie. To start, I cut my hoodie along the hemlines and kept the hoodie strings to later use them to tie my top in the neck. And then I pinned my patterns to my fabric pieces and cut everything out. After that, I first of all sewed my 2 hoodie strings together to create one long string. I then went in and cleaned up all my edges with a zigzag stitch, and yeah, I then adjusted my front piece because I realized that I made a mistake in my pattern. My sketch, however, is correct, so don't you worry. After that, I roll hand my front piece. was done, I folded the top edge once to create a tunnel for my string and sewed it with a straight stitch together. After that, I pinned my tie pieces right sides facing and sewed them all the way around, leaving one side open. Next, I ironed my tie pieces and sewed them right sides facing to the main piece. After that, I tried my top on and I realized that I had to do darts, and if you've never made darts before, I will link a video in the description box which helped me to learn how to make darts. My last project is this skirt, which is absolutely not my style anymore, and yes, you might have guessed it, I will make another top out of it. Like in my last project, I started by taking my measurements, and I also made a detailed sketch on how to make this pattern, which you are more than welcome to screenshot again. And by the way, if you want to recreate any of my projects and you have questions during the process, please feel free to ask me anything in the comments or DM me on my Instagram. You then should be left with something that looks like this, and since my fabric is quite see-through, I decided to do a lining as well. I started by reusing my old skirt ties to make the neckties for my new top, and therefore I folded them twice, ironed and pinned them in place and sewed along the edge with a straight stitch. I then took my ties and sandwiched them into my cup pieces, which are here right sides facing, and yeah, I sewed along the edges and leaving the bottom open. After I sewed everything together, I went in with my scissors and cut off any excess fabric to prevent bulking afterwards. And yes, ironing is annoying, however, you don't want to skip this step because it will leave you with a much nicer result. And then I sewed my tie piece like in my last project and went in to ruffle my cup piece. Therefore I sewed a straight stitch on the longest stitch length and pulled the threads to make this ruffled effect. And when you're happy with your result, you just make a knot in your threads and you're done with your cup piece. Next up, I pressed the seams for my waist piece so that I would have clean edges when sandwiching my cup pieces in. After that was done, I went in and put my ties right sides facing into the waist piece, folded the fabric and sewed the sides together. And yeah, I know it looks crazy, but trust me on this one. Ta-da! Once you turn everything inside out, everything is super clean and neat. The only thing left to do now is to take your cut pieces, sandwich them into the waist piece and sew everything together, and yeah, then you're done.